My favorite actor is Leonardo DiCaprio. And aside from the fact that he's obviously a very good actor, one of the reasons why I like and respect Leonardo DiCaprio so much is because all his movies are one and done. He has never made a sequel, and I don't think he will ever make a sequel. And that's something that makes me respect him so much more and respect his movies because this film, I'm not getting a part two. And that is very, very rare in the filmmaking world because filmmakers and producers, once they get a film that is well beloved, they are most likely to want to do another one. They are most likely to want to do a sequel. And that's the same case with this fucking series, Squid Game. When Squid Game came out, I loved it like everyone else. And I saw that there was going to be a sequel. I had so much doubt. But because it's a Korean series and because the writing in the first one was very good, I was excited to see it. But let's go into the video. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. In this video, I want to talk about Squid Game Season 2. Like I said earlier, I was so excited to see Squid Game Season 2. I was hyped and I was ready to go. And I saw Squid Game Season 2. And to be honest, the first episode, I really, really loved it because there was this tension that was brewing between the gamesman and I don't know what his name is, but the guy that recruits people to play the game and Gihun. There was something between them. There was a cat and mouse thing that was going on between them in the first episode. I really, really liked. I think in the last few minutes of the episode, there was a Russian roulette game that was played amongst them. That shit drove me crazy. I was on the edge of my seat watching that stuff. Seeing that first episode, I was excited. I was thinking, yes, let's fucking go. I was so excited. And it went on, and the magic that I got in that first episode, it disappeared. And I was wondering what the fuck happened. And this story went on and went on, and it was just very, very underwhelming because I had so much high hopes for this film and it let me down, disappointed me, and all the bad words. Things I liked about it: first, I was thinking they were going to do the same games that we've seen before. I was thinking it was going to be the same thing, but it wasn't the same thing. There were new games that was just very, very twisted and sadistic and fun, like like the first one. So the games were something that I did not expect, that were so fun to watch. And honestly, watching the games play out, that was my favorite part of it because that was the thing that drew me to Squid Game in the first place. I mean, the title of the film is Squid Game, so I'm here for the games, and I saw those games and I really, really liked them. And it just made me upset that it was just 3 games we got in this season. Like Netflix and their shit of cutting, and just milking the milked. It is very, very annoying, but still, it happened. I love the games that were played this season. They were very fun, very unexpected, and very intense sometimes. So yes, the games, that was a good one for me. And another thing I liked was the characters. There are new characters in this show and new additions or new things that they added to the characters that made these characters interesting. Spoilers. I'm sorry if you have not watched it, but this is spoilers. There's a character in this season that uses drugs when he's playing his games. That was a dynamic that I did not expect to see, but it added so much levity and eeriness to this game. Seeing this guy high on drugs, just having fun with the whole chaos of it all. So something that was so fun. There are other characters like the mother and son playing this game, the transgender person playing this game. Like there are different characters, interesting characters that were in this game that I really, really like. And that was another thing that made season 2 exciting to some extent for me. And speaking of the characters, the front man, if you've not seen it, this is spoilers. I'm sorry for spoiling. But the front man plays in the game this time around. And the dynamic between the front man and Gion, you know, something that Gion does not know. So there was this back and forth between them that I really liked. But I feel like the tension of that could have been much higher. But it was not as high as it could have been because, first of all, we already know the front man. We already know where it's coming from. We know all his angles. So all those things did not hit as hard as it could have hit. But it was still very, very fun to see the front man playing in the game and just pulling the strings behind the curtain. Honestly, if it was up to me, I'll just tell you, if you are making a season 2 of Squid Game, just give me more of the same. Just bring more characters, come and play the game. All those external plots, all the plots of looking for the island, all those plots did not work for me. At some point, they were dragging the pace of the film. It felt like those things were not necessary, and they're just bringing them once in a while, and did not even have a resolution. The resolution is just going to be waiting for me in season 3, and that is just another thing that upsets me because this series could have just been 13 episodes long. told everything, resolved everything, and it would have been a much better series, a much better season. But the fact that they had to cut it and leave some things, did not resolve some things, it was very, very annoying. There's a character that they introduced in this season, a character that is one of the gunmen or the masked men, a character like that, the way they were building up the character and following the character, you would think there would be a resolution for the character at the end of the season. But the end of the season came and there was no resolution. So I'm like, why the fuck did you start building all these characters if you're not going to give me a satisfying resolution to all of them? So it's not just that character. There were so many characters like that that they built up, and did not give me resolutions for. So that was something that was very, very frustrating and left me very unsatisfied. Because honestly, some of those storylines, they're not very necessary to me. Like I said, give me Squid Game, just let them play the games. Bring new characters and let new characters play the games. That is what I love about Squid Game. Don't be giving me convoluted plots. So all those convoluted plots just turned me off and made me feel very, very mad. Especially the fact that there was no resolution. So yes, that's one of the major things that I did not like about Squid Game season 2. And the way season 2 ended, it made me think back to season 1 and the way season 1 ended and the decision that Gihun made in season 1. Like how season 2 ended, it made all the decision that Gihun made in season 1 very, very pointless. When I watched season 1, when I saw the decision that Gihun was making at the end of season 1, not that I supported it fully, but I liked it because I was thinking, oh, they could take this in a very, very interesting direction. But the direction that they took it and where everything ended in season 2, it just made that decision he made in season 1 very, very pointless. And that even annoyed me so much more. So that was another thing that I did not really like about Squid Game season 2. I have to admit the performances were very, very good. There are some moments that had me on the edge of my seat that I really liked. The games were very interesting, the characters were interesting. But my major issue with this series was the plot points that were not resolved. The plot points that did not even need to be there in the first place. All that shit just added so much to the story that was not necessary and just let me down and felt like this could have been much more than it was. It's not really a bad series like that, but it was very disappointing. So, yes, I've rambled and rambled and rambled, and that is my review of Squid Game Season 2. So, have you seen Squid Game Season 2? What do you think about it? I'm listening. Comment below and let me know. If this is your first time on my channel, my nigga, please subscribe to my channel for more contents like this. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Cheers.